Good afternoon, Internet. Good afternoon. It is I, Eric Arnold, sometimes known as the Big E here in the Sports Barn. It is Wednesday, May 20th. Oh, what's on the agenda for today? I wrote it down and just forgot it just that fast. The Seattle Mariners are on the agenda today. As we grind our way through these MLB teams, I noticed that, I guess the bad news is I think we had all of like 3 people so far look at the Oakland A's preview section. I'm going to take that as an indictment on the Oakland A's and not myself. That's an easier way for that for me to look at that. The good news is apparently we have a 29th subscriber. I was certain I knew who that was. I was certain that was my grandson because, you know, he was fiddling around watching some of my videos. So, thanks to the 29th subscriber, whoever you are. Apparently it's not my grandson. I guess I'm happy that somebody is subscribed. I don't know why my grandson couldn't just hit the button. You know, hit the button. You know, you're a kid. We don't care. Hit the damn button. But he didn't. So, 29, not terrible. World, you know, at this rate, I will take over the world sometime around the time, I guess when this lockout ends, right, Mookie? The cat's down there, so I may refer to the cat in this video. What else is new? I said we had a 4th cat. Believe it or not, the 4th cat has entered our ecosystem pretty well. The cat's pretty large, and it's relatively mild-mannered, so I guess it'd be kind of like if you dropped Andre the Giant into a prison system and just dropped him in there. I mean, no one would screw with him because he's so damn big. They would just ignore him or try to be friends with him, and that's kind of what's happened here. So that's good. We don't have a lot of hissing and spitting and shitting and pissing, so it's all pretty good cat-wise. I cut out my ingrown toenail. I did that. That's a little trick I've learned over the years that rather than go to the foot doctor, I get these things, they come back about every 9 months. The toenail grows back and it's ingrown every time. You know, rather than go to the foot doctor every damn time, I just cut it out myself. I was going to film that one just because I've noticed that there's some other videos on YouTube of ingrown toenails being cut out without Novocaine, and they generate a huge number of hits. And I thought, well, I'll save that one, you know, till when we actually have sports, you know, so I can maybe take that huge number of that huge viral burst of views and do something with it. I don't recommend it that you try it. It's reserved for poor lazy people like myself or experts. And then sports-wise, there are no sports. Still, here on the 20th of May, my brother Mark was over. He seems optimistic there'll be baseball. I think he's taking his cues from Rob Manfred, who is spouting the company line because he is the company, he's the commissioner. I'm very optimistic we'll have baseball. So, okay, all right, still the 20th. I haven't heard boo from the Players Union, nothing. Apparently, according to Ken Rosenthal, I guess there was 2 proposals that went to the players. You know, the first proposal was, we're going to lose a ton of money. We need you guys to accept the revenue sharing agreement for this year. That's proposal A. Proposal B is, well, we could just not play. So I didn't even view that as really a proposal. I mean, that's in other words, we're going to lose so much money because there's no fans. What if we just didn't play and wait till the fans come back? Which, you know, I'd say after the election, like I said, all this will be forgotten after the election. But until then, you know, a good 40 to 50% of this country has a vested interest that has nothing to do with health, life, liberty, safety, anything to keep this coronavirus thing going. So I don't know what the players are going to do. I saw Tom Glavine surfaced. Former, I guess he's in the Hall of Fame, isn't he, Mookie? Yeah, she thinks he's in the Hall of Fame. Former Braves pitcher. He gained infamy in the 94-95 strike as one of the lead player representatives. He gave an interview to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. And I'm trying to figure out what the gist of this or why this is coming to me. It's like, what's your agenda, guy? Why is this coming to me? I mean, did someone come to you and say, give this interview? Anyway, the gist of the interview was he was advising the players that if they don't play, they're going to be hated. Well, yeah, they are. You know, guess what, Tom Glavine? I still hate your ass. And A, you were an Atlanta Brave, and I hated that team. And B, you let that goddamn player strike. So yeah, I did hate you, and still hate you. So yeah, he's right on with that. So I kind of think MLB reached out to Glavine and said, hey, come on, do us a solid. You know, you ever want to get back into the game in some fashion, you know, you can help us out here and we'll owe you one. So, you know, he's trying to put the pressure on the players, like, come on, give these guys a little bit. They're going to lose a fortune, as if they don't have a fortune. But, you know, I'm kind of in the camp of, it'll be tough. I mean, it's going to, you know, I'm styling myself around betting baseball. That's one of the big sports that plays every day for 6 months, and it's a sport that you can bet. I like watching the sport. It's probably one of my favorite sports. And if these guys cancel another season, that would be 2 within 30 years. Boy, it's going to be hard to forgive that. You know, I'm probably talking doom and gloom. They'll probably have a season. I mean, they probably will. Anyway, all right, that's enough of that. So let's talk this. Seattle Mariners. All right, now all 4 of you that are watching, you're going to learn something right now. My database goes back to the 2004 season. And over that time, this is the worst team in baseball as far as value, as far as return on investment. The worst. They're like minus 5% or something like that, which is terrible. They haven't made the playoffs since 2001. Over the last 5 years, they're minus almost 4%. They're awful. They've been awful. They continue to be awful. I don't know why exactly. It looks like they have a pretty ballpark out there. It's only, you know, what is it, 20 years old? It's not an old ballpark. It's you think they're the only game in town out there. They should draw like crazy. And these guys just can't keep from tripping over their own 2 feet. What do they have? I mean, they were bad last year. 68 wins, which is about what everyone expected. 73 was the number coming into the season, so they slightly undercame that. Runs, can't score, can't pitch, can't catch. What about this year? The Vegas has got it at 73.5. I'd probably, that number's pretty close to accurate. They've got a lot of young players. I would say, let's see, the catcher, he's almost a rookie. The second baseman, I think, is going to be almost a rookie. The first baseman will be a rookie. 2 of their outfielders, I think, are going to be rookies. You know, pitching-wise, it looked like Drek. Unless some of those rookies just break out and immediately establish themselves as MLB players, you know, you're looking at that's a gift, or they'll go lower. You know, they're so bad. So we'll throw it like this for now, but I would argue that probably will be something that could go lower. You know, some teams just never get any better, you know, they just don't. And this apparently is one of them. So here's something for tomorrow. Well, again, the 4 people watching, you're going to learn something right now. That is tomorrow. Texas Rangers. Why should you be excited about that? I just told you the Mariners were the worst team over the last, since 2003. The Rangers, believe it or not, are the best team. Can you believe that? That almost makes no sense at all, but the Rangers make you money. I don't know why. Apparently they're just so undervalued that Vegas just looks at Texas and goes, what, do they have a team? What? And I guess, the Rangers often are around 500 or better. So, the Mariners, the Blue State Mariners, terrible. The Red State Texas Rangers, good. There you have that. I don't have anything else to say at the moment, so that's all we have for you. Hit the like button. We're looking forward to sports. None in our immediate future. None at all. I had some other random thoughts for you, but none of them are coming to mind. So we'll talk again tomorrow.